This is what it looks like when you're first back on the ship out of Miami. There's nobody here yet. I just can't wait to show you this. Back-to-back cruising is fantastic. And after this video, you're gonna know what to expect on a back-to-back cruise. Let's go, Todd.
I said, hey, honey, coming home. I don't know why I've been gone so long. Hey, honey, coming home. Don't know why I've been gone so long. Said, hey, honey, coming home.
All right, we're back in Miami, but guess what?
We don't have to get off.
We ain't getting off this ship. Do you see the celebration? If I was doing a side-by-side cruise, that's where I would be going, but we're doing a back-to-back. We're gonna show you how to do it. We're staying on this ship, getting on, getting back off, and whatever. Just watch the video. First of all, I gotta apologize for some of my sound issues. I must not have had the mic on for me and Laura at some point, but I promise you, it gets better as we go. Make sure you
Like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.
and let's detail what this is all about. So this is our first back-to-back cruise. What is that, hon? Tell them what a back-to-back cruise is all about.
Well, you book 2 cruises, same ship, you don't have to get off. So we did an 8-night, and we're staying on for the following 6 nights.
So that's what a back-to-back is. What's a side-by-side? Do you know?
Switch ships.
We would get off of this ship, we would then get on another ship because there's usually 5 ships in port. So that's the difference between a side-by-side and a back-to-back. Now, one of the hardest things to do when you're trying to book a back-to-back or a side-by-side is doing the research in itself. I have yet to find a good website that caters to back-to-back and side-by-side cruises and which ones to do. So you got to do a lot of the research on yourself. Now, as far as back-to-back, if you're going out of like a large port like Miami, like we are, usually their itineraries are a little bit different week to week. So you're going to get different stops. If you're in a smaller port, sometimes you don't have that option. Every week is going to be the same. Now with a side-by-side cruise, that is even harder to book because you got to make sure your cruise is coming in and then the one that you want to go on is leaving on the same day, or maybe the next day you might have to stay at a hotel. I'm trying to research one for a couple of months from now, and it is a lot of work. I suggest you just write down the trips you want to do, pick your port, and go from there. Larger ports are going to have many more options for a side-by-side trip. All right, and they do detail it very nice in a letter. They'll put in your mailbox the night before you switch over. If any of my subscribers know of a better way to book a side-by-side or a back-to-back cruise, please comment below and let me know because I spent a lot of time researching it.
These are your in-transit coupons. You need these because you do have to get off, go through customs, and then get right back on the ship when you do the back-to-back. One other thing that we wanted to mention, we did not use our travel agent to book the back-to-back. At Carnival, we did it ourselves, and because we did the guaranteed cabin, we couldn't pick our cabin, so we didn't get the same one. So we do have to move, but that's okay. We saved quite a bit of money doing it that way, but you don't have to. If you don't want to pack your cabin up and move cabins in between the cruises, you can pick your cabin. It just costs a little bit more upfront.
And they'll move our luggage for us, right?
Yes, our room steward has already offered. He was really great about it.
And they gave us some perks too, right?
Yeah, these were a couple of nice surprises. So they gave us a complimentary drink coupon for being back-to-back. And then they also gave us 2 photo coupons, also for being back-to-back, which I thought was nice because we do like to get a couple of pictures while we're on the ship.
Do you save any money by doing a back-to-back or a side-by-side? The answer to that is no. I haven't found any cruise line that gives you any benefits. There are some perks once you're on the ship and you're switching, as you'll see later in the video. They gave us some champagne and some fruits and a couple other things. But one of the benefits for me is if I'm planning on doing 2 cruises a year and I might have to fly somewhere, on a back-to-back, I only gotta fly one time. So I'm flying there, doing 1 cruise, taking my second one, and then flying back. So I'm saving airfare. And to me, That's important. Now, since you're saving on airfare, back-to-back cruises are getting more popular every day. So more people are learning about it. Videos like this are going to help you prepare for it, what to expect. Don't be afraid. I love back-to-back cruising just because it gives you more cruise days. And what could you want besides this place? And the best thing about a back-to-back cruise is you stay on the ship. Actually, you don't stay on. You're the last ones off and the first ones back on your second trip. So they give you a meeting place in there at like 9:30. The last exit, I think, is like 10. So you literally walk out and walk right back on. Enough of this. Let's just show you, right? Yeah. Now, as I'll mention here in this video, if you get the opportunity, talk to, if you're going to pick your, say, Carnival or Royal, make sure you're talking to them, because a lot of times what they can do is they can make sure you're staying in the same room, which is what we didn't do. We had to pack. The good news is they moved our stuff, but it still was a little bit of a hassle and a half a day to get things packed and then unpacked. So work with your travel agent or your cruise line to see if they can maybe keep you in the same room. If you book early enough, it's gonna be a lot easier than if you do last minute cruises like I like to do. All right, we're all packed. It's now time to go have a little bit of fun and see if our bags show up at the right place. And this is where your luggage goes, right here, when they put it out the night before. This is why you do a back-to-back, right, honey?
That's nice.
There ain't nobody on this boat. We're just gonna lounge out here for a little bit, and then I wanna catch everybody getting off the ship. I feel like a stowaway.
Oh, this is the Pig and Anchor, huh? It's a cool sign.
Nobody's in the Pig and Anchor. We literally have this ship to ourselves. The coffee shop is open for your late departing people. So if you got time and you don't want to get off the ship, maybe you got a late checkout or a late flight, maybe you come in for breakfast. Because we got time today. We ain't getting off this ship. All right, here we go. We're on our way off this cruise ship. All right, so right there, we went through customs, got back on. Now we're waiting for the line. It was literally 5 minutes to get off this boat, go through customs, and be back on the ship in 5 minutes. Hopefully you like this video. Couldn't catch going through the customs because that's not allowed. But just so you know, we're getting back on this ship. This is all the people waiting to get on after us. The back-to-backers. There's the people getting scanned in, getting their cards, and checking in. This back here is actually where you go through the customs. We just did a complete 180 and came back around to get back on the ship. Again, last off, first on. That's what back-to-back is about. And one thing that's nice about this is you actually have a guide to take you off and put you back on. So they're with you the entire time. Another fun Carnival fact, that they're not going to let you stranded on a back-to-back cruise. They follow all the steps and the guidelines, give you all the tips to get easy on and off. Yeah. And we're back. That whole process probably took less than 30 minutes. Waiting to get back on before we clear the ship, I guess that was the hardest part. This is what it looks like when you're first back on the ship out of Miami. There's nobody here yet. Literally the first one's back on. And I'm finding my favorite seat. And this is how I'm gonna finish and people watch for the rest of this day. As you can see the crew polishing, shining, making last ditch efforts to make this ship look beautiful for when these people come back on the ship, which is very soon. All right, let's see if they made it. Here they are. They moved our bags for There we go. That's it. That is now a wrap. Now we just got to unpack for trip 2. Perks galore. All right, that's nice. Looks like they gave us a bonus. Some fruit and some champagne. I guess because we're doing the back-to-back. I hope this video came across in the right way. I wanted to show you what it was all about, what to expect. Literally, it is a 30-minute process. Last one off the ship, first one back on. It's easy, 30 minutes, you're cruising again. Until next time, make sure you're following us on Instagram. Along for the journey with some dots in there. I'll put some links, and make sure you're subscribing because there's so much more cruise stuff coming on this channel. And to all your back-to-backer and side-to-siders, if you have tips I missed, please make sure you share and comment below because we all want to know about them.
The light on for me. Hey, honey, I'm coming home soon. You know what we're gonna do.